Debbie Allen as Sweet Charity at the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion. Don't miss it.
Getting ready for the Olympics this week at 11.
You know what, honey? As soon as this is over, I'm going to issue standing orders for our reporters to be more respectful of people's privacy. Probably Marty Pearlstein. I asked him to give me an update. Buchanan. Yeah, Marty, go ahead. Oh, she was the last witness to testify this morning? I see. And that was pretty much it? Okay. Oh, she did. All right, thanks, Marty. Well, evidently Jenny's testimony established a motive for Tina.
Well, if they knew it would. Poor Jenny must have been awful for her.
Yes, evidently it was. According to Marty, she ran out of the courtroom with Brad as soon as she was dismissed.
Brad, really?
Yeah. According to Marty, honey, it's pretty definite that Tina's going to be convicted. Unless Pete O'Neill can pull some rabbit out of a hat.
Could this be it? Subpoena to appear in court this afternoon, an hour and a half from now.
If this marvelous private detective of yours had done his work, we wouldn't have to be going through this right now.
Mitch has an airtight alibi.
But he wasn't in Miami when Harry was killed. He was right here in Llanview.
I know that, but we can't find anybody to corroborate it.
And that was our only chance.
Yeah, but it's a substantial one. I mean, finding that link in the room where Harry was killed
doesn't do us any good unless we find out that there was a link missing from Mitch's watch. If there was one missing at all, look, if Dorian had only had 10 minutes more in his room, we could have had this whole thing figured out.
You keep your voice down.
Why?
What do you want to do? Tip him off?
Use this again for me, please. Got some water, easy on the water.
Very good, sir.
Better let up on that stuff. You're going to be my first witness after the lunch we said.
Hey, you think this is easy for me? I'm being forced to testify against the woman I love.
I expect the complete truth from you, Mr. Laurence, no matter what your feelings are for the defendant.
You'll get the truth.
Because if Mr. O'Neill gets the slightest opening, he's going to come down on you very hard on cross-examination.
Here you are, sir. Thank you. Look, I got nothing to hide. Okay? Feel sorry for Pete. When he finds out that the lady he's defending wasted his brother.
You know, Annie, when I was your age, I used to live on A&W root beer float.
You did?
Oh, yeah, but I don't know what was more fun, making them or drinking them.
Looks like making them.
The A&W Root Beer Float. Vanilla ice cream and that frosty mug sensation. Rich, creamy A&W Root Beer.
I'm just checking to make sure the straw works.
Give me a break.
The A&W Root Beer Float. It's a taste you never outgrow.
Hello? Crackle about your macaroni and cheese. Hello, Manny. We usually eat cheese and call Kraft cheese and macaroni because it tastes the cheesiest. What's they say? They have to change a million boxes.
Kraft Macaroni and Cheese has more cheese than any other brand. That's why it tastes the best.
Here's one. 1,000,000 boxes? I think we're going to need more crayons.
Kraft Cheese and Macaroni, the cheesiest.
We like it for what it's got. I like it for what kicks it not. Kicks are corny and kicks are puff. Kicks us none of that funny stuff. No added colors. He's just neato. No added flavor. We love Cheetos. Low in sugar so they're not too sweet. A bowl of kicks is bound to eat. We like it for what it's got. I like kicks for what kicks is not. Kicks.
can't avoid sugar. I'm not going to blow that. But sometimes I want bubble gum.
Don't blow it when you blow it. When you're watching out for you. Carefree, sugarless bubble gum means no sugar when you chew it. Don't blow it when you blow it. Carefree, sugarless bubble gum.
Carefree means no sugar when you chew.
So don't blow it when you blow it.
But it's over.
No, it's not that. It's just... Will you lock the door?
Yes.
Did I do okay?
Well, from the prosecution's point of view, you were a great witness. The jury believed you, which of course is what you, Clint and Viki, and practically everybody else wanted.
Well, I just answered the questions as truthfully as I could.
Right. Don't feel guilty about it.
You think she's innocent?
More than ever.
Because of the new evidence? Well, I don't want to be responsible for sending an innocent person to prison.
Well, the truth is you know it, okay? And Tina was hassling Viki, and she pulled a lot of dirty tricks to try and get part of the estate. But she's not a murderer. No. Hey. You're tight as a drum.
No. Tell me about it. Oh.
You want me to fix us some lunch?
No, I'll get something for us in a minute.
Does that mean you want me to stick around?
Yeah, I'd like to have you here.
Hey, you know something? I think that's the nicest thing you've said to me in a year.
You caught me at a vulnerable time. Oh.
I must have. Is this doing any good?
Oh, I love it.
The next two of us.
You have been very nice to me the past couple of days, taking me to the courthouse and bringing me back here. Thank you.
Well, you bring out the best of me.
If you take a look at our past history, I don't know.
Well, now don't blame yourself for the rotten things I've done. Of course, I tried to blame you, and practically everybody else. But I figured you had me pegged from the start, you know. A mama's boy, crybaby, always had to blame everybody else when things went wrong.
Why are you saying this now?
Well, I never had the guts to say it before. I figured you're entitled.
Thanks. The past is behind us. It's all over, okay?
No more?
No, I feel much better. So what do you think of Mitch?
Well, that's easy. Immoral, ruthless. He'll do anything to get what he wants. Anything.
I still think you ought to grab a bite to eat at this little coffee shop across from the courthouse. No, thank you. Yeah, give me another, please. You know that's your third. Will you take it easy? I'll be there at 1 o'clock.
Not at this rate, Jim.
Man, just to show you what good intentions I have, I won't have another drop. Forget that drink, all right? You had an errand to run anyway. So I'll take care of you.
Well, just one word with you, Mr. Laurence. I hope that they make you squirm on that witness stand today. Just a little poetic justice for the hospitality you showed me in your room last night.
Hey, good luck to you too, sweetheart.
What are you doing, associating with that man? Don't you know that he almost killed me last night?
Now, Tina, I want you to concentrate very hard because when I get you on the stand, Tina, you listening?
There's something really interesting going on here. Mitch just walked away in a huff, and Dorian looks like she was saying some pretty heavy words to him there.
How's that going to help you?
Well, I just wish I could have heard what they were saying to one another.
Yeah, but you didn't. So we have to get back to the business at hand. Look, when I get you on that stand, I want you to tell in your own words What happened when you were struggling, you know, with Mitch? How you scratched your wrist?
Pete, we have gone over this a million times.
I know, and we're going to go over it one more time. Don't you understand? The only way that we can tie Mitch into that room is through the missing piece of lapis. Now we have to paint a picture for the jury so that they can see how it could have been lost when you were struggling with it.
You know, I should have gotten up real casual, like, you know, and just walked by there. I could have seen whether he had on his watchband and if there were any pieces missing.
Oh, sure, wonderful, wonderful. I would have really tipped him off. He's no dummy, you know. He would have put 2 and 2 together. He would have thrown the watch out of a window or deep sixed it in the river.
And then I'm sunk too, right?
Some people think recipes made with Philadelphia brand cream cheese taste so rich, they feel guilty eating them.
Dad, another piece of cheesecake.
Laurence, another piece of cheesecake.
Another piece, huh, Mr. Krieger?
Ounce to ounce, Billy has half the calories of butter or margarine. So I'm making you a tart, a trifle even swirl brownie.
Great. Billy has half the calories. Hey, wow, another piece of cheesecake, eh, guys? An expert talks about new Angel Bunny toys.
Okay, Angel Bunny, friendship, hide and seek or swim, so I can develop my spatial relationship. Oh, new space driver. What a clever way to enhance my multisensory awareness without distracting Mom.
The new Angel Bunny toy collection from Mattel, recommended by experts.
And now for a little social interaction.
Thank you, Nancy. You're welcome. I manage this way. All day I'm juggling about a million things, and the fewer distractions, the better. That's why I like the cleaner, drier kind of protection of Always Maxi. Only Always has the special material called Dry Weave that traps virtually all the wetness inside the pad, away from me. It's so clean and dry, I know it's working.
Always the only Maxi with Dry Weave. Such a cleaner, drier kind of protection, you know it's working.
Why settle for less?
You put a lot of thought into planning your child's birthday celebration. Make lasting memories of this special occasion with professional photographic portraits taken at Sears Portrait Studio. And now, through this Saturday only, Sears offers a package of 2 8x10s, 3 5x7s, and 15 wallet-sized color portraits for only $14.95, including 95-cent deposit. Create a portrait memory today at Sears.
Damn it, honey, I was hoping Pete O'Neill wasn't going to subpoena you. He knows how rough this is going to be on you.
Well, he's defending Tina of a murder charge. She has to be his first concern, doesn't she?
Yes, well, you're mine.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to call Marcus Polk and tell him to file an affidavit with the court. Anything it takes to keep you from having to testify.
No, wait.
Honey, we don't have a lot of time. We're running out of time. They want you on the stand in an hour.
Yes, that's my point. Dr. Polk doesn't have enough time to get me off, and I don't really want to ask for special favors. Besides, this could very well be the chance for me to counteract all the scandal now, and to prove that I am aware and in charge and perfectly capable of functioning under pressure.
Sweetheart, what if you're not ready for that kind of pressure yet?
Well, I know what you're thinking. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that if Nicole were going to come back, she would have done so while I was under hypnosis.
Buchanan. Yeah, she's right here. No, I'll tell her. Courtesy call from Pete O'Neill's assistant. He says that prosecution probably won't rest its case until 2:30 or so there's no need for you to hurry to court.
Are they calling more witnesses, do you think?
Apparently, they're going to call one, yeah.
Who?
Mitch Laurence.
Why would the prosecution call Mitch Laurence?
Well, honey, I can think of 2 reasons. One, to establish Tina's obsession with what she calls her birthright. And 2, to get a jump on the defense. I mean, they want to establish Mitch's alibi before Tina can accuse him of being the murderer, I guess. I don't know.
What's in Miami, do you think?
Ed Hall is convinced of it. And the Miami police checked it out.
Yes, but after the fact. By the time they reached him, he had plenty of time to get there from here.
Honey, what are you saying?
I don't really know exactly what I'm saying. But I think that Mitch's testimony is going to be rather interesting.
I tell you what, why don't we go there now, and then we'll stop and get something to eat on
Wait
the
a
way.
minute. You want to go to court now, honey, and run the gauntlet? Subject yourself
Look, it
to
has
God
to be
knows
done sometime. Might as well be done now, all right? I'll be all right, honey. If I'm going into pitch, I might just as well spend some time in the bullpen first, right? For that analogy, you can thank Joseph Francis Riley. First one, a sports writer.
Wait a minute. Let me lay a thought on you first.
Oh, dear.
You are probably the gutsiest lady I have ever known. No, strike lady. The gutsiest person. Make me a promise. In court, sweetheart, will you? If you start feeling tense or nervous...
I will beg off. I'll leave. I'll do something. Don't worry. Nothing's going to happen. Okay? Let's go.
All right, I want you to answer me one question. Did you find a piece of missing lavender in that room?
No, Dorian found it.
But neither one of you planted it there, right?
I can't believe you'd ask me that question. Wait, you volunteered to be my counsel, and yet you think I'd do something like that?
I'm playing devil's advocate. What do you think Herb Callison is going to do when he gets you on the stand?
But the answer is no. I did not plant that stone in Niki's room. No, neither did Dorian. But why would she even do something like that? Certainly not to save me. Look, you can put Herb Callison and get her to ask her right on the stand. It's to swear that she found it.
Good, I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Can I say something else?
By all means.
You ought to watch the way you behave in the courtroom with me, the way you look at me, the expression on your face when we are sitting talking at the defense table.
What are you talking about?
Your hostility is showing.
Wait a minute. I volunteered as your defense counsel, not to join your fan club. All right, all right. Right? You're right. As far as the jury is concerned, I'll be your best friend.
Thanks a lot.
So, Mitch literally caught me red-handed in his drawers.
Dresser drawers, I think.
Of course.
Yeah. Why were you in Mitch's room in the first place?
Because I was trying to solve the case.
Ah. And when were you promoted detective third grade?
Oh, I knew you wouldn't understand.
Come on, Dorian, the damage is already done. Mitch is caught you. Now tell me why you were there and what you turned up. You want me to put you on the stand?
Okay. I was looking for something.
Obviously.
Something of Mitch's that could possibly clear Tina.
Ah, how?
By placing Mitch in Nicole's room.
At the night of the murder?
Well, what other time would he be there?
Yes, but you didn't find this item, whatever it might have been.
I'm not going to say another word.
Dorian, you are not Nancy Drew. Now, why do you insist on taking things into your own hands? Why didn't you go to me or the police or somebody in
That's
authority?
awfully dear that if you want something done well, you have to do it yourself.
Like brain surgery, for instance?
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't the desk and meetings affair teach you anything? When you're involved in life and death matters, leave it to the professionals.
Well, I almost came up with the proof.
You almost got yourself killed, didn't you?
Yes, well, never mind.
Let me tell you something. If you aren't a lot more forthcoming, you're going to wind up with a subpoena in your hand. Worse than that, you're going to be charged with obstruction of justice. How about that?
Oh, no. No way that's going to happen.
Oh, no?
No. As a matter of fact, why don't you pay attention in court? Because the evidence is going to come up, and then you will see that you've been wrong all along. In the meantime, dear, I'll see you in court.
God, I was just going to sit at the courthouse and sit here.
Say as I blame you. Hey, take it lunch.
Anytime.
Here's the patient, Doc.
What's he got?
Unhappy itis.
I got just what the doctor ordered. Cheese.
Cheese. Sounds good.
Sounds great. It's keto snacks.
Hey, this cheese goes crunch.
Exactly.
Sure, but how's it gonna make him happy, Doc?
Because cheese that goes crunch is fun to eat. Everyone knows that. Happy yet?
He's a cure, Doc.
I'll be the judge of that.
Cheetos brand. Cheese-flavored snacks. If you want to be happy, eat more Cheetos.
Once upon a time, a beautiful queen got thirsty. Jack, I'm parched, she said. So Jack, knowing she watched her figure, along with everyone else, offered her an ordinary diet drink. Diet Cola. Have this man shuffled, she said. Fortunately, a young girl had an ace up her sleeve. One of a kind, of course. And so folds the card fable.
Oh, musty odors. We need Arm & Hammer Maximum Fizz Carpet Deodorizer. More odor-destroying ingredients than these combined. And while those sit on top, Arm & Hammer Carpet Deodorizer penetrates, destroys deep-down odors.
The whole room's fresh.
They work better, cost less.
You put the Arm & Hammer baking soda in the freezer.
It's not a mistake, Harry. One box to absorb freezer odors and a fresh box to absorb refrigerator odors.
Freshen the fridge and freezer with Arm & Hammer Pure Baking Soda. On All My Children.
I love you.
I love Mark. And I'm going to marry him.
I do not believe that. You're going to marry me?
And on General Hospital, Frisco and Felicia dance in the face of danger.
Well, as long as we keep dancing, everything's going to be all right.
I'll never let him hurt you, Felicia.
All My Children, General Hospital.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I'm so glad the toy went out to the Legos. I'd hate to see that because
You should have gone home after the morning session. You should have gone to the office or someplace.
I told you why I have to be here, Rick. It's important to me. I'm representing my family.
No, I don't understand that reason, but I guess there's no point in arguing with you, right?
Hey, Ray.
I'm doing okay.
She's hanging on by a thread. I was just trying to talk her out of it.
She's like her old man, stubborn Irish.
That's the nicest thing you could have said to me.
No comment. Now, look. Once my client is exonerated, we'll make ourselves available to all of you, but you got to cooperate for a while, all right? Is that a deal? I tried to talk her out of it, but she's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, just like this one.
No, not at all. I understand why you say that.
When did your husband find out that your alter ego was having an affair with another man? You consider that adultery? Beg your pardon? You can back off. You're going to need a whole week of appointments. You got me? Whoa. You coming through?
No, please, no. What is Honey Did he come in here like this? She was subpoenaed.
By the defendant.
Oh, well then why didn't she at least come up the private elevator? Well, you know as well as I do that Viki never required any special treatment.
I think they're about to start. be here. He's on Mr. Tina.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on him for anything, believe me.
All right. Please be seated.
Where's the watch?
Don't stare.
Call your next witness, Mr. Callison.
People call Mr. Laurence.
Put your right hand on the Bible. In the case now in hearing, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
State your name and address, please.
Mitchell C. Laurence. Live in San Francisco, although I'm temporarily residing in Vernon, England.
How did that come about?
Well, I came east to visit Tina Clayton.
The defendant?
That's right.
When was that?
That was, I think, May this year.
You came back to renew an acquaintance.
Yes.
Now, how did you find the defendant? Was she at all changed from when you'd known her in San Francisco?
I'm afraid so.
In what way?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel is asking the witness to draw a conclusion he's not qualified to do.
I will rephrase, Your Honor. Mr. Laurence, what unusual activity was Tina Clayton involved in when you arrived in Llanview?
Well, she was trying to establish a relationship with Victoria Buchanan, claim the Lord name, and what she thought was her share of fortune.
Did this consume a great deal of her time and energy?
Yes.
Now, how did she go about this? Did she approach Mrs. Buchanan directly?
On several occasions, her and her husband both, and anybody else who would listen.
Yeah, before counsel objects, I'll establish. Mr. Laurence, you were an eyewitness to some of these confrontations, yes?
Yes.
As were many other people.
I'd say it was pretty much common knowledge to just everybody in the whole town.
Was there any personal animosity between the defendant and Victoria Buchanan?
Tina was very bitter towards her. Yeah.
How about Mr. Buchanan?
Oh, she hated him. Well, he hated her,
Objection,
too.
Your Honor.
Sustained.
Mr. Laurence, when you left for your business trip to Miami the week before Harry O'Neill was killed, would you say that there was a high degree of friction between the defendant and Victoria Buchanan?
I would.
Now, are you aware that the defendant has accused you of killing Harry O'Neill?
I am.
Do you have any idea why?
Mr. Callison, I've been trying to figure that out myself. Unless she's trying to protect somebody,
You and she were engaged to be married, were you not?
That's right.
So why you, of all people?
Well, she knew that I could clear myself. After all, I was in Miami. I was 1,000 miles away.
That's not true. He was here. He was right here.
It's easy. Our time's coming.
Thank you, Mr. Laurence. Your witness.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
I've heard it. Have you heard it? It's about Tic Tac. Oh, it still has just 1.5 calories, but it does something amazing. It refreshes your breath a long, long, long time. Believe it or not, one little Tic Tac will actually refresh your breath for 1.5 hours. Imagine, a whole 1.5 hours. You know something? Tic Tac refreshes you so long, maybe they should call it Tic Toc.
Tic Tac, the 1.5 hours, 1.5 calorie breath mint.
Honey!
Uh-huh.
Why do you keep Oscar?
We grew up together.
But he's so old.
There are some things you just don't give up.
Like your Johnson's baby powder?
Yeah, like my Johnson's baby powder. The softest there is. Don't you like how it makes my skin feel so smooth and soft?
Uh-huh.
Well, you wouldn't want to give that up.
Never.
Well, I'm not giving up Oscar.
Well, I guess there's some things you never outgrow.
The soft feeling of Johnson's baby powder. A feeling you never outgrow.
Laboratories like this help hospitals diagnose the cause of pain. To fight pain, hospitals have a wide choice of pain relievers. Which one do they use most? Tylenol. Look, last year, hospitals dispensed 10 times as much Tylenol as the next 4 brands combined. Hospitals know that Tylenol gives effective relief without the stomach irritation possible with aspirin or any other type of pain reliever. If hospitals use Tylenol most, shouldn't you? Tylenol,
the pain reliever hospitals use most.
They're rockin' in Malibu with Stephanie Mills. The Association and Animotion. It's a rock and roll summer Wednesday at 8, 7 Central.
You'll love it.
When you're hungry for the taste of home-cooked chicken, catch a chicken. Or open a can of delicious 100% natural Hormel chunk chicken. Catching your own can cause a few problems, while Hormel chicken comes in ready-to-savor, mouth-watering chunks. Of course, the choice is up to you. Hormel chunk chicken. Home-cooked taste without the home cooking.
Question. Which of these is more meat? Actually, they're both the same. Oh, sure, this one's bigger because it's got all this fat and bone on it. But this one is a 5-star steak from Lucky. We start with this, but we trim off that extra fat and bone before we weigh it and before you pay for it. Keeps the fat out of the meat and the fat out of the meat prices.
5-star beef from Lucky. You'll love it, or your money back.
How do you relieve the itchy, watery eyes and runny nose of allergies? Try a Mimic syrup.
Hey, man, a trip to the Valley tonight at 7:30. You got it right.
So, look, what's your occupation?
I'm an art dealer.
That's what you're ostensibly doing in Miami?
That's what I was actually doing in Miami.
On July the 12th?
Beg your pardon?
On the day that Harry O'Neill was murdered, you did business in the art galleries in Miami. You met people for lunch, conducted...
Yeah, actually, that day I didn't.
Oh, really?
No, I remember now. I had this big business meeting the night before. I was really beat. I said to myself, I'm not going to work tomorrow, and I took the day off.
So you spent the entire day in your hotel room?
No, that day I went down to the beach. I took a swim. I rented this day sailor, took that out.
Your Honor, I don't know why Mr. O'Neill is wasting our time. It's been established that Mr. Laurence was in Miami on July 12th.
All day long, Counselor?
It has already been verified by the Miami Police Department that he was there.
Both of you. Gentlemen, I can't have this in my court. Counsel arguing with each other in front of the jury.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
What is the object of these questions, Mr. O'Neill?
Your Honor, defense is spared to show that Mitch Laurence was not in Miami, that he was here in Llanview. Now, if you allow us to proceed.
Very well. I'm going to allow the questions and answers to stand for the time being. Proceed, Mr. O'Neill.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's a very handsome watch you have there. Laurence, where did you get possession of it?
It was a gift from the defendant.
May I see it, please?
Objection, Your Honor, irrelevant, immaterial.
Your Honor, the defense is prepared to show that that watch ties Mitch Laurence into the scene of Harry O'Neill's shooting.
Oh, no. Now, we're using the defendant in some very strange way to...
Please. You're trying my patience, both of you.
Sorry, Your Honor. Mitch Laurence is wearing a watch. It has a band made out of lapis lazuli, like this stone that was found in the Cole Smith's rooming house. So, if it matches his watch, isn't that relevant?
It might place him at that location, Your Honor, but not when Harry O'Neill was killed.
All right, look, I'll cover that. Just please trust me.
All right, but you're stretching the limit, Mr. O'Neill. Don't expect any more favors. Objection overruled.
Mr. Laurence, you ever seen this?
I don't know.
Well, then let's have a look at your watch and see if there isn't a link missing that this matches. Please. Your Honor, the defense wishes to enter this watch and this link as Defense Exhibit A, and we will show exactly where...
Yes, Mr. O'Neill?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. We withdraw the request.
No stone missing, Mr. Romeo?
Sorry, Your Honor. There's been some mistake.
Oh, you're wrong. There is no mistake. No, he found out about it. Don't you see, Your Honor? He had the stone replaced. Don't you see? He was in the room that day.
Order, please. Order. Your Honor, I'm sorry. May we have a brief recess so that my client can close himself?
By all means. Court will recess for 10 minutes.
All right.
What on earth? Do you know what that was about?
No, except that it seems to have blown up in Tina's face.
Oh, Tina, really, I am so sorry. Yeah, I really thought we had it. Nobody just outsmarted us again.
I suppose he knew what I was looking for in his room.
He had to. He had to have figured it out. No, there is no way in the world we are going to be able to prove that he was in the room that day.
Excuse me, folks. Now, look. I want you to get on this right away. Get water. Do whatever you have to do. We're running out of time. It's going to cost extra. Hey, look, I don't care. I want you to hit every watch repair shop, every jewelry store here in Llanview. Find out if anybody put one of these links into a man's watch. You got it? Gotcha. Keep going, man. Go.
Pretty desperate, huh?
What?
Well, obviously they were trying to play snitch at the scene of the murder.
They?
Only from what I just heard, Dorian must have been in on it.
But how? Oh, you mean that they searched the room?
Yes. And apparently, whatever they found, led up a blind alley.
Or else Mitch Laurence has managed to cover his tracks.
Wait a minute, sweetheart. Are you telling me that you think Tina is innocent and that Mitch did it?
I think so, more than ever. There's something about him, about this whole sequence of events. Don't ask me to explain it because I don't have a logical explanation, but every instinct in me says that Tina is innocent.
All right, for the sake of argument, let's say she is. How in the world is she going to prove it?
She can't. Not without Nicole.
Excuse me, Dorian.
Oh, yes, of course. Have your detective already left? You know, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack, honestly. Look, maybe what you better do is call me to the stand.
What could you testify to?
I can testify to the fact that Mitch Laurence almost killed me last night.
The material.
Oh, all right then. I could testify that I saw that the link was missing from his watch.
But you didn't.
So, I'm saying I did.
Dorian, you would do that for me?
Of course.
She might, but I'm not going to let her. That's perjury.
So it'll be on my head.
Oh, it'll be on mine, too. Don't you understand? I could be disbarred. You'd go to prison. Now, our only hope is if Connolly and Waters find something on this link.
By the time those two flat feet start running around, Miss Laurence could be 5,000 miles away.
Oh, I doubt that very seriously.
Why?
Because he's having too much fun and he's in the clear. Why would he draw attention to himself? All right. Seated, please.
Witness is reminded he's still under oath.
Well, don't worry, Your Honor.
Continue, Mr. O'Neill.
No further questions, Your Honor. Redirect.
No, Your Honor.
Witness is excused.
Your Honor, the people rest.
Are you ready, Mr. O'Neill?
One moment, Your Honor. See, look, I'm going to call you to stand now.
Why?
Because we have to counteract Mitch's testimony while it's still fresh in the jury's mind.
But he scored all the points.
Don't start adding them up yet. Come on, compose yourself. Look serene. Your Honor, defense calls Tina Clayton.
something leaner. Tasty sizzling. Whoa, sis, what's the matter with my bacon? Here's what's the matter. FAT, fat. Sizzling 50% leaner than bacon. It's all real meat without all the fat. Mmm, delicious.
Move over, bacon. There's something leaner.
Sizzling breakfast strips from Swift.
So why sizzle fat? Sizzle lean.
We're Beatrice.
Mom's gonna get ya.
No, she won't.
That's that our brand.
But look, toothpaste in a pump. No mess.
Introducing the Colgate Pump. With MFP fluoride, the maximum fluoride protection a toothpaste can give.
Mom, look what Jimmy got.
The new Colgate pump. Great.
Mom's gonna get me, huh?
2 great tastes, maximum fluoride protection at your fingertips. Now get the new Colgate Plus toothbrush with a unique diamond head, shaped to keep your whole mouth in shape. What makes Fresh Start a super powder?
Let my super stain maker show you, honey.
Nothing beats a barbecue.
Linda.
Raspberry yogurt roast.
Dad.
Chocolate icing is always a hit.
And Billy.
Don't forget the lunch.
Those are tough stains.
And while no detergent gets out everything, Fresh Start has super stain finders. So stains like these are no problem. See? For a super clean.
Get a super powder.
Fresh Start.
Chewy, 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 puppy sour chewy. Chewy morsels give the puppy good things to chew. Chewy, 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 puppy sour chewy. Now you're chewing puppy shall like you what to do. Chewy morsels is a tender blend of pieces. Chewy morsels give the puppy good things to chew.
Puppies love to chew, so Purina Puppy Chow brand puppy food introduces Chewy Morsels with all the extra nutrition puppies need.
Chewy morsels give the puppy good things to chew.
And so after approaching Mrs. Buchanan with a letter ostensibly written by Victor Lord, you'd reached the end of your rope, is that correct?
That's right. She wouldn't budge.
And that's when Mitch Laurence showed up from California, correct? He'd heard of your dilemma. Now, how did he fit into this campaign of yours?
Well, he made suggestions. He coached me on how to talk to Viki, and he did some research.
And that's when he discovered the woman Nicole Smith.
Was seeing your brother.
For the record, that is Harry O'Neill.
Yes, so then we pieced everything together, and then, unbeknownst to me, he took a letter that my father, Victor Lord, had written, and he put it inside the program folder of the 50th anniversary banner. And after that, things moved pretty fast.
They certainly did.
Until he went too far.
And how did he do that?
He wrote, or shall I say, he forged a letter from Nicole Smith to Viki.
Oh, why would he do that?
To push her over the edge, and to my knowledge, he has at least since then he's written one letter, maybe even two.
Your Honor, I would like to draw the court's attention to Prosecution Exhibit D. Is this one of the letters?
Harry, he has to know. He has to know.
Lord Manning, Denton speaking.
Mr. O'Neill, please.
Hold on a minute. I'll see if he's here. I'm sorry, he's not in. Any message?
Yes. Tell him Victoria Buchanan called. And I would like him to come to Llanview, my house. Just as soon as he gets this message, it's very urgent that I speak to him, please.
Sure thing, Mrs. Buchanan.
But you did everything in your power to persuade Mitch not to send those notes. Is that right?
Yes, I did, and he promised me he would not send them.
And that last one, you never saw it. Is that correct?
No. Because believe me, if I had, Harry O'Neill would never have gone to that room at 432 Jameson Street. Well, aren't you the handsome one?
How do you like the outfit?
I like it a lot. Is it new?
You are looking at Harry O'Neill's
first summer suit ever.
Well, I think it's about time. Your management, right? You gotta look the part.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I get the idea that you're not all dolled up for business meetings?
Because I am going to dinner with Nicole Smith.
Nicole?
Yeah.
Where are you taking her?
She has invited me to dinner at her apartment on Jameson Street.
Well, you seem pretty happy about it.
Yeah, I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't.
Well, I'm real happy for you. I hope it works out this time.
So go on, ask him. Go on, ask him if he didn't write that letter.
Please be seated, Miss Clayton. Counselor, I'm holding you responsible for seeing that your client does not give way to this kind of outburst again.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. You know, you all right now?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you object so strongly to him sending those notes?
Because it would hurt Steve. It was very unfair.
Did you feel that those notes possibly weren't necessary?
Look, 2 days before Mitch was supposed to have sent that last letter, Viki called me up. She wanted me to come and talk to her at Llanview, and I had no idea why, because we'd hardly been speaking. And she told me that she had finally accepted the fact that I was her half-sister, and that she also accepted my claim to the Lord name.
That must have made you very happy.
Yeah. Yeah, it did. I was also very shocked.
Did anyone else witness this conversation?
Clint did. Mr. Buchanan.
So both of them could corroborate your testimony?
I certainly hope so.
All right. Now let's go back to the events of July the 12th. When did you first see Nicole Smith that day?
I'm not sure of the exact time. I think it was around 2:30 that afternoon.
Where was it?
At the back street bar. It's near the river.
Did you recognize her immediately?
I'm sure she had on the long red wig and everything. She was standing as close to me as you are.
Mm-hmm. And after she walked in, what happened then?
But at first I was so shocked I really didn't know what to do. Then when Nicole asked for some change to go make a phone call, I followed her, calling out to her, calling Viki. But she wasn't paying any attention to me. She just wanted to speak to Harry O'Neill. I kept trying to tell her who she was, telling her that she was Viki Buchanan, but she wasn't paying attention. She just got real upset, and she just let the phone drop and hang there, and she ran out of the bar. I was so surprised I didn't know what to do, and then But the first thing I did was I called Clint in his office, but I couldn't reach him, so I tried to find out where Nicole lived. And I ran right over there.
And that would be the rooming house at 432 Jameson, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Tina, very important. When you got there, was Nicole Smith alone?
She was there with Mitch.
That would be Mitch Laurence, correct?
Yes, it was him.
Now, I must object. Your Honor, this story is obviously a fabrication. I suggest it has been carefully rehearsed down to the last tearful...
Counselor, if you want to counteract... I suggest
Rose! Our jester's a real joke.
This stain is no laughing matter.
Oh, we'll get these colors right.
Liquid bleach on colors? Surely it's jest.
It's vivid. Liquid bleach 4 colors. Gets colors as bright as chlorine white and white. It's safe for washables. Pour right on stain. Then add with detergent.
The stain's gone.
Colors bright.
No, foolish. Oh.
Vivid gets colors as bright as chlorine whitens white.
Joel Putin's juice bars aren't just for fun, they're for real.
Well, it's real food, and it's real juice, and it's real cool. Water is refreshing way to eat through. Mom like it, dad like it, kids like it, and school like it. Water is refreshing way to eat through.
Drinkable?
unthinkable.
The unthinkable case of Cheerios. Not a lot of sugar to weigh down those Cheerios. And by the coast, don't keep them down. So you can't, she can't, you can't think the unthinkable case of Cheerios. Not a lot of sugar to weigh down those Cheerios. The unthinkable case. Cheerios.
He's got all the lines.
What about me?
Keep the windows up, your head down, the door's locked. Don't play the radio. Kills the battery.
She's got all the curves.
Beauty and brain. Wow.
Together, they cover all the angles.
We solve no crime before it's time.
They're Dave and Maddie.
She looks good. She looks fine.
Moonlighting, the perfect romantic comedy. Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
You'll love it.
Yes.
Sky is blue.
Continue.
I'm at her apartment.
I take it the phone's attended to.
Yes.
Good. What about the rest of the apartment?
I'm still searching, but nothing so far. Do you want the surveillance to go on?
Of course. She must be watched every moment. Ring off, please.
I'm going to sustain your objection, Mr. Callison.
Exception.
Noted. You must lay your groundwork, Mr. O'Neill.
Just trying to save the quick time.
I understand, but nevertheless.
Thank you, Tina, Mr. Callison is obviously not going to let us go in a straight line, so we'll have to back up a little bit. Objection.
Sustained. Strike counsel's last remark. The jury will ignore them.
Sorry, Your Honor. Tina, you were obviously surprised to see Mitch at that rooming house. Why was that?
Because he said he was going to be in Miami on business through the 12th.
Did you try to telephone him there?
Yes, I did.
And did you reach him?
Not directly.
Well, what do you mean?
I mean, I called him, but he was never there. I just left a message for him, and he called me back later.
So, you had no way of knowing where those phone calls came from. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right. He could have called me from anywhere, from in Llanview, from right around the corner.
Sustained. Strike witness's last answer.
It's all right. I'll rephrase, Your Honor. Tina, you had absolutely no way of ascertaining where those phone calls originated from, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I must object further. Mr. Lawrence's presence in Miami has been thoroughly established. He signed room service bills. He purchased drinks by the pool. He accepted those telephone messages from
So
you
followed my instructions to the letter.
I kept a low profile. I didn't get too chummy with anybody.
But you were seen in and around the hotel.
Every day.
Where?
The bar, the coffee shop, restaurant. Mr. Block, this is one of the easiest assignments that I've ever had.
The hotel personnel, though, got to know you.
Oh, yes, and I signed all the tabs Mitchell Laurence, like you told me.
But the fact remains, at no time was my client able to reach Mr. Laurence. He could have hired somebody to impersonate him, to sign telephone bills.
Objection. Sustained.
All right, Tina, we're going to go back to the event.
The actor that was in the movie.
Yeah.
The one that got mugged in the elevator. He knew Mitch.
You have to go
I
back
gotta think about it, even looked like.
and to recap. You arrived at the rooming house at 4032 Jameson. What did you see there? Tina, now I'll ask you the question again. What did you see when you arrived at the rooming house?
Whips out the gun. He's going to shoot this guy. You, the heroinist you are, you charged him. You grabbed the gun. This is how the fingerprints get on the gun, okay? Also explains how the bullet got up from the ceiling. Now, Clint, by the way, is wearing gloves. He's a lot like me. He's a very smart guy, okay? Listen, Harry tries to take off, okay? Clint says, stop! He turns around, ba-boom! Clint shoots him right in the heart.
Tina, please, answer the question. What did you see when you arrived at that rooming house?
23% more medicine than regular pain relievers. Anacin stops pain fast.
More medicine. No more headache. I'm ready for a little overtime.
Anacin. More medicine.
At some point, every woman's skin changes. And that's why I love new CoverGirl Replenishing Makeup. It actually improves the look and feel of your skin. Who says you ever have to stop being a CoverGirl?
Replenishing makeup, new from CoverGirl. Now lashes get long, lashes get lush.
Without all the fuzz.
CoverGirl Long and Lush Mascara goes on clean without clumping, stays on clean without smudging.
Without all the fuzz.
CoverGirl Long and Lush Mascara.
No home is safe when this creature gets in. He'll attack your family, even your pets. It's the hungry flea, and he's out for blood. A great flea killer kills biting fleas, dead, in carpets, upholstery, even on pets.
Pets too? Go on then.
Raid flea killer kills fleas dead in your home and on your pets.
American labor could be going the way of the Japanese on ABC's World News tonight.
This is Steve Bell. Tomorrow, updates on the baseball strike. If you're planning to travel in September, we'll have tips on how to do it inexpensively. And we'll talk with Barbara Eden and Mariette Hartley on Good Morning America.
Tomorrow at 8/7 Central, terror grips the heart of the city when a deadly snake gets loose in Venom, a network television premiere on the ABC Thursday night movie. Parental discretion is advised. Then, was it mercy killing or murder? How a Florida man's love for his wife drove him to kill her on 2020. Prisco protects Felicia on General Hospital, following an ABC News brief next.
General Hospital, Frisco and Felicia dance in the face of danger.
So as long as we keep dancing, everything's going to be all right.
I'll never let him hurt you, Felicia. General Hospital, next.
An ABC News Brief, brought to you by Reuniti. Now from New York, Peter Jennings.
Good afternoon. It looks like the baseball strike is virtually over. The Baseball Commissioner's Office said this afternoon that a tentative settlement has been reached between the players and the owners. The main disputes have been about arbitration of players' salaries and the sharing of television money. We cannot tell you exactly when the major leagues will play ball again. A lot of people hope it will be very soon. I'll be back in just a moment.
Bartender, we'll have a little something cold and wet.
A little Reuniti.
Introducing a little Reuniti. It makes the ultimate cooler.
A little Reuniti.
The broadcasting magnate Ted Turner, who owns the cable news network, has dropped his bid to buy CBS. He's going to buy United Artists and MGM instead for $1.5 billion. That's News Brief. I'm Peter Jennings in New York. I hope you'll join us for World News Tonight.
Make my hips slimmer.
He turns getting even into a style.
Roger.
Real genius. Rated PG.
Now playing at a theater near you.
Give me some fun in the blazing sun. Give me a friend or two. When my thirsty night is work, give me a Mountain Dew. Do it, Mountain Dew. Do it, cool it through. When I have a thirst, you run diluted, undisputed. Do it, Mountain Dew.
Are you waiting till the weekend to save money on long distance? Why? Call Sprint. Find out about it.
Behind the Orange Curtain, tonight at 7:30.
She doesn't see her mother right away.
Right.
Okay? Not until Gina sits down opposite me. Then you've got to give her that big look that says, what the hell are you doing here? Okay?
Okay. Let's just go for a taste, all right? I'm ready.
Yeah? Okay, let's go. You extras, now.